Oh, sorry, we're on. Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
We'll do it again. We'll do it
Complete
again.
brain. Or we can just run with that. I don't mind that. Episode 6. We're ready to rock and roll. I don't know. It didn't seem ready. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I think I just paused. I didn't really know what to do.
It's all right. We were having a deep conversation.
Yeah.
before.
I clap. I didn't know if like Tuzi was like going to tell me something else. Or he was going to start dancing. I didn't know what was going on. But we're on.
We're on.
We're ready to go.
Always ready.
We didn't seem ready. We're on now.
We're back.
Man, what a week.
Another week.
Tuzi just asked me before, how was your long weekend? And I was thinking, I'm like, I don't even remember the long weekend, but then I remembered a moment that happened on the Saturday, which was the Yuga Labs, which is the Bored Apes, purchasing the CryptoPunks.
Crazy.
And then I looked at you and I was like, that was last Saturday.
And it feels so fresh.
Time is flying. Literally since being in this space, I don't even know. I don't even know what days are. I don't even know what weekends are. I don't even know what months
It's
are.
just muddled. It's just one continuous thing.
Just one big mush, all in one. Just I feel like the time is just moving way too fast.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm going to be a 95-year-old man looking at you on episode 7003, and we're like, what happened?
Where'd the time go?
Where the bloody hell did the time go? Bloody hell. Anyway, so, Piccoli, how are you?
Oh, honestly, I'm good. I'm good. Massive news in the space this week. Like, I'm keen to unravel it all.
Way too much. Let's literally start.
Like, I think some of the biggest news I've, like, probably maybe ever. Like,
yeah.
it's like this week's been fucking, like, pound after pound of, like, just shots with massive news.
Well, the Bored Apes have literally just gone swinging.
Yeah.
And they're obviously the leaders of the space. So if they're going swinging and they're making some news, I think that's going to trickle down. We'll start with the acquisition. So they flipped the CryptoPunks about 5 months ago.
Yep.
And they were the leaders.
Yep.
And now they acquired the CryptoPunks.
Yeah.
So which means they own pretty much all the top projects.
Yeah.
Well, they own 1 and 2. They've also acquired MeBits.
Yep.
So MeBits was part of
Lava Labs.
Lava Labs.
Yep.
Yep. And you know they got the mutant apes. They've got the
dogs.
dogs. They got everything. They're leading.
They're gonna have a metaverse soon potentially.
Yeah.
Like, they got everything.
It's nuts.
Like,
Even like the first thing they actually did. So the big issue with the CryptoPunks and did we discuss this?
yeah, we did. I think one on the first or second one. It's one of the reasons why I have the stance that the CryptoPunks were kind of nothing. Just because, there was no IP. Like, you couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, so they didn't allow the CryptoPunk owners to use the IP.
Yep.
So, for example, if you're a Bored Ape owner, you're able to, for example, open up a alcohol company around your
Yeah, well, that's actually funny because one of the apes started a restaurant, I think.
I was
and
literally
he
going to talk about that.
He put the branding on
Yeah.
on all the stuff, which was sick.
It's insane. Like even in regards to like Timberland, he's got Ape in Productions. There's an alcohol company that has purchased. They put their ape on the alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know which one off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There's Red Ape Family, which is a show on Apple iTunes. I don't know if it's live yet.
Yeah.
But you can buy the episodes. So Red Ape Family, look into that. There's who else has done stuff around apes?
I'm not sure. I think that's the main ones, definitely.
Yeah, I think they're
From
the
the
main.
top, from the top of my head,
Yeah, the
that's
top of
pretty
that. I
much
think
it.
they're the main ones. So giving that IP to the CryptoPunks owners is insane because now they're able to, use their punks.
and it's such a recognizable brand as well. Like, and it's only going to get more recognizable as like more mainstream people come into the space. But everyone who's in the space sees an ape and thinks, "Fuck," like, wow. So it's only getting bigger. It only means more.
It's insane. And then obviously they put something out. Something's brewing. XYZ.
Something definitely was brewing.
Yep. So I think a lot of people cracked it because you had to actually give your passport and your identification. You really had to dox yourself, and everyone in the space was, I'm not doxing myself until I know why. And everyone's like losing it, like they're like America or the world's most wanted. So that was
Stealing everyone's identity.
Yeah.
Social security number
yeah,
gone.
Yeah. So that was really interesting, but I think it's got to do something with that Anaconda brands, or do you know?
No, I'm not sure. I didn't look into it too much just because, we don't own an ape. So I was like, oh, whatever, like something's brewing, but like I'm a part of it.
No, you can be part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you sign up.
Okay.
And it's for everybody. Yeah, so
oh, shit.
You go on somethingsbrewing.xyz or
Yeah.
just go on Bored Ape Yacht Club Twitter.
Yeah.
And they're literally, you can be part of it.
Oh, fuck, all right.
So
Take my identity.
Yeah. So take the identity, but in regards to what they think it is, now there's a bit of a rumor going around. The land.
The land, yeah. The rumor's massive. Like, I think at the moment they're saying it's 200,000 plots of land in their own metaverse. And the price that's circulating around with that rumor is 1 ETH.
Now that was literally, that's apparently an old roadmap or an old bill or something like that. Like an old proposal.
Yeah.
So who knows? They could be lying.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's like 400. What is it? 400 mil?
Yeah, 500 mil.
Well, I think if they did do something like this, they're obviously going to go up against like Sandbox and Decentraland. So very smart.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a very cool ecosystem. I think we've discussed ecosystems, how we've discussed how virtual land, people are going to buy it.
Yeah, we've discussed virtual land, but not the
ecosystem. Sorry.
Not the ecosystem.
Yeah.
That's
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that, but. So I think that's extremely interesting to see what they're going to do. If they do try to take on a Sandbox or a Decentraland and try become the preferred metaverse, it's
well, if there's a project to do it, it's them.
Yeah, I think 1 ETH. I think it's fair.
I think it's fair. I'm not too sure how many plots of land there were with Decentraland and Sandbox.
I think there's about 100,000 on Sandbox, and they're not all released yet, or 90,000.
Okay, gotcha.
And I think they've only released like 30,000 or something. Don't
Gotcha.
quote me, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But they're slowly releasing it.
Yeah. So I think like 1 ETH, it's reasonable considering like the scale of the project and their level of execution. I think they're valued at $5 billion. So like, it just kind of makes sense, really.
Yeah. So
for it to be there.
Yeah. So that would be extremely interesting to see how that all plays out. I think that's still a long way away. Like that was just rumors, but
yeah,
something's brewing.
Yeah.
So
If there's one project, I'll say it again, that I will never ever doubt. It's fucking the apes, man.
Yeah, they make
apes.
noise, man.
They do.
They make noise. Yuga Labs, they can do some damage, and they did something amazing today. Christmas in March for the ape holders.
Honestly, like they are the Federal Reserve. They're just printing money for any ape holder.
Yeah, well, what they did was they launched the ApeCoin. And they gave, if you're an ape holder, so if you owned a Bored Ape, they gave 10,000.
10,000 coins for every ape that you owned.
Yep.
2,000 for every mutant, and 1,000 for every dog.
Which they launched at a 10 billion market cap.
I was asleep when it happened, so I didn't see
happened at about 11:30.
Yeah, I didn't see the
night.
initial like launch. I think I saw on CoinMarketCap, it started like $20 a coin. So times it would have been like 5 to 8 billion, somewhere in that range there. I think.
Yeah,
if it was slightly higher, then 10 billion.
Yeah, so I think we're sitting at around 2 billion now, and it's
it's at
it's sitting at like $8 or something.
Yeah, $8.30 I think, and it's like the graph's like steadily climbing. So,
well, I thought they launched on exchanges. They haven't yet. So they're pretty much launching on every single exchange: Binance, Coinbase, FTX, like KuCoin, all of them, every single big one.
Everyone's gonna take them on board.
Yeah, so that's going to be nuts. And if you're an ape holder, you pretty much got given 100,000 Australian dollars.
Yeah,
just for being an ape holder.
Just the ape. So if you sold everything else, you got 100 grand AUD.
Christmas in March.
Yeah, if you had the other ones, you got like 120, 130.
That's insane. And what they're looking to do is build an ecosystem.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of games that are starting to join on to use the ApeCoin in their ecosystem. So I think that's extremely cool. I think we're going to get that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just the start. I think you're going to see a lot of NFT projects now start copying. I think it's always
been in the space.
It's always been in the space. Like you're launching a coin, but I just think it's going to go to.
I think they just executed it really well in terms of like they had multiple collections with obviously the apes, the mutants, and the dogs. So they started this NFT PFP ecosystem, and they're slowly just delving into other things one by one. It's not like they've all just like gone hard from the start. They're kind of like just trickling things, and it just keeps you on your toe. Like you really don't know what to expect with the apes.
Well, it's an amazing ecosystem. I've actually just got a tweet up. This guy named Giancarlo Chalks. He kind of discussed like there's a big shift happening right now in the NFT space, and ape is just literally half the story. So we saw last year that all these brands, were launching. So, for example, the Mutant Apes and then the dogs, or Cyber Kongs did Baby Kongs, or, Gutter Cats did, like, there was rats. And all this stuff. So there was all these add-ons. Now, I think the apes, it's not brand new, but I think they're literally setting a blueprint for all the projects. So everyone to launch a token.
Definitely.
Then there's going to be a partnership fund that are going to be set up. Then they're going to use the fund to get creators to use the token, so games and brands and all that jazz. And I see a lot of people following suit.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, in an ideal scenario, their ecosystems are a win-win. Creators integrating the token benefit from liquidity and marketing. As more projects use the token, it becomes scarce, good for holders. So, and if they're going to build their own marketplace, if they're going to build their own metaverse, if they're going to build all this, it's just it's a no-brainer step to literally close the gap.
Definitely.
And when you're the top project, everybody wants to work with you.
100%.
So they've got the money.
Yeah. Have you looked into what other projects have done with their coins that they've released?
A lot of them...
I feel like a lot of them are just like nothing. They're
nothing.
Just there.
They're just there. Like a lot of them are like in-game currencies and stuff like that. We're still early.
Very early, but it's just like... I think they're just taking that step further of like really making a use
100%.
for the coin.
Well, they've created this whole ecosystem and then they'll just keep adding on.
Yeah.
And before this point, before this, there wasn't really much that they could do. So I think they're literally just building like they're taking little steps to just completely win the whole ecosystem. And it's not a thing that's going to happen overnight. And, I think just because they're the number one project now doesn't mean in 10 years' time they're going to win. But they're, with all the money they have and stuff like that, they are definitely taking the right steps.
No, definitely. And I'm actually intrigued. Like, I wonder, we just talked about the land in the metaverse they're creating, whether it's going to actually use Ethereum or if they'll transition to the coin as well. So, like, the land will be forced to be purchased with the ApeCoin.
Well,
I'm really like...
That would be taking it a complete
I think...
next step.
Yeah, to me, that makes sense. And I think, like, if they did that, God knows where the coin will end up.
That just depends. Like, with their ecosystem, do they want to build a blockchain?
Yeah.
They might say, no, we'll stick with Ethereum. The ApeCoin will be the currency.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, there's heaps of, like, I don't know, Axie or Sandbox. You can use your own currency you can use Sandbox currency to buy land, but it's built on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah.
So they might or they might not. They might want to build a marketplace. They might not. They might want to build a metaverse. They might not. I think they will. It just makes complete sense, especially when you've got 500 million US and $1 billion or whatever you've got in your arsenal. Mate, the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. So, it's really interesting. Oh, shit. Bit of a choke up there. Going into trademarks, LeBron James, he's patented his name as well. Red Bull has come into play as well. So more adoption by the day.
Yeah. It's becoming more crucial that everyone just, saves their brand identity in the space. Because like we saw with, I think it was one of those secondhand sneaker brands where they got sued by Nike for copying their design. So it's becoming like every brand needs to save themselves in the metaverse. You need to trademark yourself, make sure you're protected so people can't use your stuff in the metaverse. It's like every day, more brands, more individual brands just jumping on board. And Red Bull, like I have a lot of respect for them as a company because they're always trying to be in the forefront of, whatever space is popping at the time. And I'm actually really intrigued to see what they do with the NFT/metaverse space because like when you think extreme sport, you think Red Bull. Like they have the airplane racing, they sponsor all the top athletes, they own an F1 team, they own soccer clubs, like
They're doing tennis. What's the game? This is where you need Harry. It's called baseline tennis.
Baseline tennis.
And that's run by Red Bull.
Yeah, like they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I think that they're one of the brands that does the best at
Are they in esports?
I
gotta search that
yeah,
up.
I'm not sure. I haven't. They might sponsor teams, but I don't think they have their own team yet. Not from what I know. Like I know. Nah, they don't. I don't think.
Ooh, Red Bull Solo Q Esports is back, bringing the best one-on-one League of Legends players to the international stage. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So they got Red Bull Gaming.
League of Legends, fuck.
Red Bull Gaming.
See, they're everywhere. I'm telling you, like as a business,
Giving wings to gamers. Wow.
You'll be flying.
Mate, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I just think they execute so well. So I'm actually intrigued. Like, will they do their own PFP project? Will they be, will they just do like own land in Sandbox or something? Like, who knows? Like, I actually don't know what to expect from them. I'm really intrigued to see where they take it.
Well, they're going to be, they can literally do anything.
Yeah.
It'll be really cool to see what they do.
Because they've executed so well. Like even just like talking about the soccer team, like that Red Bull, RB Leipzig, whatever. They took them from from like the worst division in like to the best
Champions League.
Yeah, in like they won like this. Just crazy. Like, so I don't know. They have the ability to execute, and I'm really cool. Like really keen to see where they take it.
Thailand becoming a crypto haven. So they're making it. I think what are they doing? They're dropping the taxes.
I think so. I think it's a tax. It's got something to do with the taxes. I'm not too sure exactly like what their plans are, but I remember we spoke about like Elon Musk, how he's like providing internet and stuff to all these third world countries, and us first world countries, by not adopting it, we're going to be like surpassed by these third world countries who take it on board earlier. Same thing with like Thailand, you know what I mean? If they I think if countries have this positive outlook on cryptocurrencies and all that kind of stuff, more people will flock to those countries to use it, and they'll just gradually like build an economy from there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not an economist, or I don't know anything. I don't know much about currency and stuff like that. So don't quote me, anyone here who knows more than me. But what I have been reading, and what my view on the situation is, with all this stuff that's going on around the world and inflation, it's making it really hard. Like these currencies in these third world countries, what are they worth? Like you look at Lebanon, the money's screwed.
Well, even like Russia, for example. I know we're in a war at the moment, but like I think their currency is worth like less than a cent or something, like an American cent. Like
it's screwed.
Yeah.
So you're looking at all these countries, they're gonna like look at cryptocurrencies to adopt it. In Thailand, I think there's a smart with Thailand to get tourism back in the country.
Yeah,
that's a good move. Even for their country, if they start trading it, it'll be very good. Obviously, El Salvador's the first country in the world to make Bitcoin legal tender.
Yeah.
Really random thing I saw: Turkey want to make Shiba Inu. Yeah, legal tender.
What?
I don't know. I don't know why.
That is so left of field.
It's so left of field. I don't know. It could be a complete rumor. So don't quote me again on this. But I think they've got a lot of users in Turkey. Like I think that's their main user base, and they're trying to push it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that will be very interesting.
Because even like here in Melbourne, there's a couple of stores that accept cryptocurrency as payment for things. I remember. I was in the city one day and I walked past one of those mobile phone stores, and I sent a photo to you with like they accepted Bitcoin, USDT,
Doge.
Ethereum, and Doge, and I was like, I'm gonna show CG this, and it's crazy, man. Like it's slowly trickling into society.
We're getting there. So
I know
we've got our things set up to accept Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Doge, but no one's paid us in that yet. I'm still waiting for someone to pay us in Doge. Come on,
just send one.
Yeah, we'll happily take it.
The address is in the link below.
Yeah.
The description below.
Donate. Just donate to us, please. Please, if you like what we do, just give us $1. You know what I mean? But no, it's gonna get there. It's definitely gonna get there. I know me personally. I don't know. I wouldn't mind being paid in cryptocurrencies. I think it's where we're moving, and I definitely see a use, and there's going to be POS systems that are coming out soon. I already know, like with crypto.com, the cards, you can already spend it, so it already translates. So if you've got a crypto card, it's funny, we went out for lunch with my mate Jono 2 days ago, and he pulls out the crypto card. He's like, I got it. I got it. I was like, you're a mad dog. I like it. Paying with your crypto. So straight to Gunny North, bang.
That's sick.
So it's definitely going to get there, and it just needs to be adopted a bit more, which it will happen. NFT marketplaces or just NFTs in general.
Yep.
Instagram came out and said, so Zuckerberg came in and said that they're going to start integrating NFTs on their platform.
Yep.
That's going to be game changer.
I know.
That's going to be absolute game
changer. Do you know
changer.
at what extent they're looking at integrating the NFTs?
No, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a marketplace. It's literally going to be, everyone's coming out with marketplaces. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be way more advanced than just a marketplace, but it'll probably start there, who knows? So that's what I'm thinking, a marketplace, which will then, because we've discussed this multiple times, there's no, like OpenSea's the main one, but yeah, I don't know. I can't see them surviving.
Yeah,
there's no one really else that's coming through. There's GameSpot opening up a marketplace.
Yeah.
So they're like the EB Games in America.
Yeah.
So there's, and we have discussed that marketplaces are going to be trending, which it's happening.
Yeah.
Coinbase, I think, came out the other day and like, we're releasing soon. It's like, come on, man. You said we were releasing last December. Then you said Q1 and we're nearly Q2. Now it's soon. So I don't know what they're waiting for.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. One very, very interesting thing that I saw online today, and I was actually thinking about it last night in bed. Like FTX, which used to be Blockfolio, they're a marketplace. They're the first marketplace where it integrates Solana and Ethereum NFTs.
Crazy.
And I was sitting there last night like, how cool is it going to be in like 10 years' time? Because I was looking, I've got like 7 wallets. Like I was just looking, like right now I've got
you need a wallet for everything.
Phantom, My Doge, I've got Crypto.com, I've got Yoroi Wallet, which is Cardano, and I've got Rainbow Wallet. And I've got an Engine wallet, but I don't think I've ever used it. So, and I'm sitting there thinking like, I can't wait for the day when there's like one
wallet
that connects all ecosystems. So it's really cool to see that they're literally connecting.
Yeah, it's big for the Solana NFTs as well. I think like I feel like if you trade NFTs and they're all on one platform, you'll be more likely to purchase the other ones as well.
Should we? Really random. This is the first time that we're actually having this conversation. It's on camera, so I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Should we launch our NFT on Solana or just leave it at Ethereum?
I think Ethereum.
Because even with FTX connecting it to,
I still think OpenSea is the number one marketplace.
It is.
Like for now, I think it just makes sense to stick with it.
Yeah, because even Gimmicks, which that's the NFT project that I like, which we'll talk about a bit down the track. It's made by Mila Kunis' Stoner Cats, like Metalwood Studios, and they're launching on Solana. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going to look to see which platform they launch on. They launch on this Saturday.
Okay.
So I'll probably see, because if they're launching on FTX and all that stuff, FTX, I think they're worth about $30 billion. I've gone on it once.
I've never gone on it. I just know they sponsor like one of the biggest esports teams. So
yeah, okay. I went on it on the day because someone sold an NFT. Like the founder put something up like of him drawing something, and it's off like $250,000.
Wow.
It made news, but I think it was just the founder that just bought his own NFT just to blow up the news.
Straight publicity.
It got me. So I don't know. That's the only time I've been on it, and that was about 4 or 5 months ago. So I might have a look at it again.
Yeah, 100%.
Just to suss it out. Sketches enters the metaverse with a store in Decentraland. I didn't see this.
Yeah,
I'm just reading this here. I didn't see this.
No. This is. I think this is cool. Like again, we've been harping on it for like the past.
Digital clothing. Is this digital? Is Sketches digital?
Yeah,
clothing.
They're a physical store. Like shoes and stuff.
So they do merchandise. They do clothing.
I think so. I think they're going to start doing like...
Oh, digital clothing. Digital clothing. Anyone listening? Digital clothing.
Honestly, like I'm a big fan, man. And
What are they doing? Have you looked into it?
No,
I'll
I
look into it now.
haven't really looked into it too much. I just saw it online. I think they're gonna do like shoes and in the metaverse and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you can transact through Decentraland and buy physical stuff as well. I'm really not too sure exactly where they're taking it, but I just think it's essential. Like you need to have a store in the digital world, whether you just sell like exclusively digital clothing or digital merchandise, or you do both. Like you need to have it.
Right now, it would be Decentraland or Sandbox. Now, if the apes obviously launch their metaverse, that's our theory. You'd obviously maybe move there. And we've discussed this multiple times. So for anybody that owns an e-commerce business or anything like that, what we've suggested is, and I've done this as well, but I haven't built anything yet. So, I'm not practicing what I'm preaching, but I'm getting there. I'm stepping the right. Well, I'm waiting for Sandbox to launch. So cut me some slack. But what I suggest is buy land. Now, I think right now to buy land on Sandbox, it's about 2.5 ETH.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 2.5.
2.5 ETH. So it'll cost you like 10,000 Australian. So it's not cheap. But what I'm suggesting is go in there and understand exactly how to build a store or how the ecosystem works or what you can do to then sell your digital clothing. Now, that might not be the winner, but at least you can grab your experience and then move it to the platform that is going to win. So let's just say the Bored Apes become the winner in 10 years' time. Yeah. Well, you've had experience for the first couple of years. It all
translates over.
Correct. And a good example of this is Vine users. Yeah. So people that used to use Vine obviously became massive, but then the platform actually died. Yeah. But then the Vine users then translated. So when TikTok came out,
they translated their experience over.
Correct. So and then they exploded on TikTok, and then TikTok became the thing. So they had the experience. They put in the years of work to learn about Vine, and then they were able to grab all that and move it to TikTok. So I would suggest, if you're an e-commerce brand, and we've said this, I think every podcast we're going to say.
But even just accept cryptocurrency as well.
I think, there's. Even I think Shopify, they're going to start integrating NFTs on their network. So I think you have to be integrating, crypto as a form of payment onto your platform. It's all necessary, and that's kind of why we've even built at Collings. So we've connected with the company BitPay, and we're able to accept cryptocurrencies as payment, and we can also pay the staff in crypto. So we're already putting in those steps to get ready for when it does become
when the real switch happens. At the moment, not everyone's adopted it, so it's still very early. But once that does happen, all the stones are in place.
Yeah, well, and we can just keep adding on it. So pretty much. Look into if you are an e-commerce brand, and you're struggling in physical clothing, understand that the physical clothing market is saturated. The digital market, there's no one there.
There's no one there.
It's you and Louis Vuitton. Yeah. I can say Louis Vuitton. I just like calling it Louis Vuitton, right?
Well, that's where Artifact started. Yeah. And look at them now.
Bought out by Nike. In 1 year, 2 years, just start selling some digital clothing, and then Nike comes knocking on your door,
and
laughing, living the dream on the Bahamas while everyone else is sweating.
I know, you're struggling. Why struggle? Get the experience.
Yeah.
It's still very early. Get the experience. Understand how it works. Play around with the programs. Get someone to make it for you. It's an opportunity and a half.
I agree.
Especially because I personally believe that at the moment the Clone X are just the face profile AR technology. I think as they go further into that route, there's going to be a full body clone, and you're going to need clothing for your clone.
Yeah. No, 100%.
It's only a matter of time. There's AR glasses that have been coming for ages from Google and Apple. I'm telling you, I honestly believe that's a massive opportunity.
Well, even Nike, they've still got what's in the box. I don't think they've released what's in the box.
Yeah, I don't know when that's supposed to open up.
Yeah, they're just
the monolith.
Yeah, just waiting. So that's going to be cool to see what's in the box, because that's pretty much Nike's first drop.
Yeah, first official drop.
And I think that's just gonna really for e-commerce brands and stuff like that, I would be watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're literally leading the space, and they're about to drop, and that's going to set a blueprint for how the space is going to look.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool battle to see how Adidas and Nike take their different routes through the metaverse. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm keen to see. Spotify integrating NFTs onto their platform. Now, music NFTs haven't really kicked off yet. There's been a fair few things that a few artists and stuff have been brewing with it, and I think it is the way of the future.
Definitely.
Reasons for that is, let's just say you're an upcoming artist. Now, let's just say you're young Tiesto. Back in, I don't know, the early 80s, or he was young. I don't know when he blew up, so I'm just going to throw out random dates. Let's just say you're young Tiesto and you haven't blown up yet, and you launch. You don't go to a record label, but you say, "Hey, I'm launching an NFT line." Now, pretty much the fans become your investors because you say, "Okay, I'm going to give away." Do you know a famous song of his or anything?
No,
let's just call this song Butterfly.
Yeah, it was
Butterfly.
Run with it.
Run with it. Tiesto Butterfly. He puts out the song, and then he says, okay, I'm going to give away 50% to get an upfront capital of 100K, let's just say. So his fans become 50% of the investment, and on the NFT it says, if you buy this, you become an investor in the song, so you get royalties. So then Tiesto Butterfly becomes a big hit.
Billboard number one,
blows up. Bobby Theo, you literally become a shareholder in the song, and you're getting royalties for the rest of your life.
Literally.
Game changer.
But even I know, I don't know, the costs involved, but getting studio time to produce your songs, all that kind of stuff, it costs money.
Well, I think they're taking about 70-80% of the royalties.
Yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer. And I think as more people come into the space, musicians and all that kind of stuff, because I think at the moment it's predominantly artists that are in the space. So I think as more musicians enter and start, putting out samples of their work, people will invest in what they like.
Correct. It's a game changer. So
imagine you said you owned part of, Tiesto's Butterfly, and it blew
Tiesto Butterfly.
Hey, can you imagine if he releases a song called Butterfly?
Yeah. Predicting everything on this show. We don't miss a beat. So anyone that maybe I have to do a search of a very famous Tiesto song. But think about it, I love how, this is one thing I know. I'm not a music head, but all my friends are. Tiesto's a sellout. He went mainstream.
Yeah.
But, if you invested in Tiesto, when he goes mainstream, you'd be there at the front like this, celebrating, losing it.
He wouldn't have to go mainstream then.
Yeah. You'd be having a go at everybody. Yeah, he went mainstream, man. And what's the problem with that? He made money. You'd be celebrating with him.
Literally.
So it's game-changing stuff. It gives the power back to the artist. It gives the true fans a reward for believing in the artist. So it's pretty much like gambling. Is this person going to make it or not?
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. I see it as a no-brainer. And, the record labels are in for a bit of a challenge. I think a lot of them are going to have to transition. We've already seen Lucky Entertainment.
Yep.
They've launched Lucky NFT, which is a Melbourne-based brand.
Yep.
They launched a couple months ago.
Yep.
They haven't really done anything with artists yet, but I'm sure they definitely are.
Something's definitely brewing.
Yeah, something is definitely brewing, and they're one that's transitioned very early, and I'm keen to see what they do.
Yeah,
they're doing amazing work.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where they take it with their artists and all that kind of stuff. I'm not too familiar with how the music industry works, so I don't know what they're planning on doing. Maybe they're just releasing songs. I don't really know, because I know there's that rapper that released Tory Lanez, I think it was.
Tory Lanez, he's
he made $1 million through selling his NFT.
Yeah, he was selling it for $1 each or something.
Yeah. So they might do something similar. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's the sky's the limit.
Yeah. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's just go into 5 places to study NFTs, because I know we talk a lot about this stuff and we bring up all this news, but where are we getting all this news from? How do we study? How do we find these projects? What do you do, Michael?
Most of my time spent on Twitter. I just find there's a lot of intelligent people in the space that use Twitter really effectively. I try and look for the long threads the threads seem to have just so much. Like obviously on Twitter, it's like a 180 character thing. So look for the long threads. They just provide so much value on there. Like,
is there anyone that you follow specifically?
I follow a lot of like the major personalities in the space.
Like who?
Beanie was my go-to guy, but he's been pretty quiet recently. For one-of-one stuff, I like 33. Have you heard of him before?
No.
He's a really big one-of-one collector. So one-of-one artist. He then transitioned very early on into photography.
Yeah.
And he was finding all these like photographers and outbidding these people on their pieces. So I find him extremely informative for one-to-one art or like just photography, anything like that. For PFP project, for gaming, there's this guy called Otto.
Yes, Otto Shawan.
Yeah, so I like him.
I like him as well.
Yeah, for play to earn gaming, I think he's quite knowledgeable in the space. He invests heavily in that space. I also like Cosimo De Medici has this Medici Minutes. It's like a blog that he releases once a week. That's really cool. I find that pretty informative. He just discusses a few things in dot point form, so it's really easy to read. You're not sitting there for like half an hour going through it all. That's an email once a week. And he's obviously a massive investor in the space. Who else? Who do you follow?
CS Becker for gaming.
Yeah.
So he's amazing in regards to his tweets. So he gives out a lot of info about how he's perceiving the market, what's going on. Even he gives out pretty much what games he's looking at. Now he's got his own project in the space that does really well with Alio Trades.
Yep.
So I've kind of watch him on YouTube sometimes, but I follow him on Twitter. I don't really read what he does, but them two are really good for gaming. JRNY Crypto. Follow him on Twitter and YouTube as well. Now, he was releasing like 5 videos a week. He's slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
But again, so much value that they provide. Becca on YouTube as well, I feel has released some videos that is probably some of the best stuff that I've watched. Like in regards to how to trade microcaps, he actually gives analysis of, okay, this is when you should be getting in, this is when you should be getting out. He gives examples of the space, why the crypto markets, well, for example, certain coins explode, a lot of it's hype. So when you should be selling, all that jazz. I've watched this video about 5 times.
Fuck.
It's how to trade microcaps.
Okay.
Amazing. Goes for about an hour, but the analysis that he gives is just incredible. It's probably the best stuff that I've seen. JR in my crypto, again, I follow him a lot on YouTube. He's amazing. Gary Vaynerchuk, the man. He releases about 3 videos a week. Not all of them are on crypto. Like he'll release one today about health.
Yeah.
So I think he's really good to follow on all platforms. Otto, as you discussed. And then I think what I'd suggest is just go through myself and Piccoli's followers.
Yeah.
Now, I follow over 1,000 people. I just follow.
Yeah.
Because I just want to just find...
Consume content, yeah.
I just want to consume content because you never know. You're just literally scrolling and all of a sudden there's a blue chip project. And some of the biggest projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club, I found that through JRNY Crypto.
Yeah.
I saw it at around $5,000 US at the time.
Yeah.
And I think he harped on it before, but it didn't catch my attention.
Yeah.
It caught me another time over. So there's a lot of these projects, blogs that I found. The Meta Hero. So I told you I was at the Punks comic. I was at the Punks comic. I was at the Punks comic drop at the opening, the minting, because I found it on a blog, some random blog. I've got it bookmarked because I still just check it from time to time.
Crazy.
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, there's so many people to follow. Like everyone's got an opinion. You'll find pretty quickly, like if multiple people are talking about a certain project or a certain topic in a certain way, if the group consensus is in that direction, then like those people are all on the same page and they're the right people to follow. I try and be wary of like if I find a comment that's left of field from a majority of people, whether I take that advice on board or not, just because you want to follow the crowd, if that makes sense, because you need the backing of a lot of people to be able to, like, for that project to do well. So I try and be wary. I always listen to every bit of information that I see on Twitter. you also get recommended like a ton of people. Like, for example, they'll retweet someone, and I'll look into their profile, see what they've talked about in the past. Discord as well, just having random chats with people or just seeing what's flying around in conversation on Discord is another huge thing. I'm in a fair few servers, I'd say like 30 or 40. And I just try and like every once in a while just go through the general chat or just go through specific channels in the Discord and just see what people are discussing, talking about. YouTube as well. Even like TikTok, I find there's a few people that discuss. Instagram has some interesting pages as well. I know we don't really shill any projects just because, you know, we don't want that that responsibility on our head if the project doesn't do well, just because, you know, you're spending a lot of money if you buy into these projects. So we don't typically shill projects, but there are some platforms that do that, or some pages that do that. And I always just take a look, see what it's about. But I think Twitter's the main spot.
I feel sick. I'll tell you why. I found the blog, nftinvesting.io. This literally, May 9, it's got all these articles about the Bored Apes, like when they first released. And I went, this is the first one I saw. Punk's comic is one of the most in-depth. So they'd done a Bored Ape one there. They've done a Bored Ape. Their first ever article was on the Bored Apes.
Wow.
So that's how I found, this is how I found the Punk's comic and the Gutter Gangs. And the Gutter Cat Gang.
Wow.
From here. But I also missed Ghosts as well. There was Ghosts here on May 17.
Massive artist.
Wow.
I'm subscribing to that.
Yeah, NFT.
It's getting bookmarked.
NFTinvesting.io. So this is, wow, that's insane.
And Ghost is huge now. Like, he's become
massive.
He's become one of the biggest projects in the space.
Ghosts actually commented on our Collings NFT page.
Yeah, he did, because we gave him a shout out as our,
which was so
one of
cool.
our projects that we really liked.
It was amazing, yeah. So Ghost, GHXSTS, he's an extremely he's an amazing artist. He's a digital artist. He only launched around May, June. And then in October, so he sold his pieces for like $3. And then in May, June, sold a piece for like $1 million.
Yeah.
So released in May, June for $3. And then in October, November, sold a piece for $1 million. So in 4 or 5 months.
And all the floor
overnight.
prices are like through the roof.
Through the roof. I actually found there's some, he's done some derivative like artworks that are much cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at him. I was actually
No, I
looking
think
at
his
him.
art's super cool, man. Like, I'd love to own a piece.
Yeah, well, there's some cheap ones.
Yeah.
Like, there's some actual cheap ones that I actually found the other day. I didn't know. I haven't bought any yet, but I'm definitely going to start picking some up.
Mm-hmm.
I just think this Ghost is an artist, GHXTS, however he says it, is an artist that down the line I think is going to probably go down as a really big artist in the space. So GHXSTS Culture, he's got a floor price of 0.24, and some of his stuff's really cool.
Yeah, it's exactly like his other projects.
Yeah, around, yeah.
He's got multiple collections. Like,
he does. I didn't know that.
No,
yeah.
he's got like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, he's got 4.
Oh, 4? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe on 4 on OpenSea. I didn't know that. I thought it was only his main one. So
I went through it because when we're looking for references for Danielle,
he's got
I went
5.
through 5. Yeah,
he's got 5. So he's got his originals. They're going at 100 each. So that must be the ones that
Probably.
sold for $1 million. But I think he's an amazing.
Yeah.
If you're looking for some pieces to pick up, I think that's a really big one. Project FOMO. So we discussed this, I think 2 podcasts ago. I'm off to Bali in 5 days.
Yeah.
Thank you to Project FOMO, where I'll be going and staying with the crew. So it's run by Live Rich Media, and there's going to be there's a fair few people going down. I think the producers of Chicago PD. Chicago Fire. He's going to be there.
Wow, that's actually a mad show. I really like that one.
I told Nicole, and she's like, "You got to tell him, why'd you kill off Alinsky?" So Alinsky was a character that died. So Nicole wants me to tell him that, so I'll tell him that when I see him. And I think like real life Tarzan, a guy there, and it's also I think Dan Bilzerian's heading down as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, which will be very interesting. So thank you, Project FOMO, for the I haven't gone and said, let me get there first, and we'll have some fun. But yeah, I think that's a really cool project. And this is their first one. They're then heading to the Maldives. They're then looking to throw like yacht parties in Rome, and you can just, as we discussed, you can get yachts and all this jazz.
Yeah.
So very, very cool project it is expensive I think to get in. It's about 2 ETH, so it's about 10 grand. But I'm already seeing the benefits of it.
Yeah.
You know, the accommodation that they're giving us is very expensive per night and stuff like that. So, and the
Yeah, it's definitely
activities.
it's luxury travel. Like I think if you do enjoy that kind of stuff, it seems like a no-brainer.
Well, these are some of the activities that they've put. Let me try and find it.
They've got, from memory, like they've got like all the fashion weeks where you can like go to the parties, go to the actual event. In Milan, in Paris.
Yeah, well, the activity starting March 23. So this is
Yeah.
the Bali and Maldives itinerary.
Yep.
Complimentary resort stay, 18-hole golf course, cooking classes, free diving, hosted nightclub parties at all the big places, massages, scuba diving, swimming with dolphins, swimming with manta rays, swimming with sharks. I'm not doing that. Yacht
Get him in the
party,
cage.
yeah, yacht party, all this stuff. So
Crazy.
it's going to be mental.
That's actually crazy.
I'm really excited. That's going to be fun. So heading there for 5 days, and I like that project. Is there another project that I've seen as well? Is Gimmicks. Now Gimmicks is launching on the Solana network in a couple days. It's for free.
Yeah.
They're giving them away for free. So it's the founders of it's Mila Kunis, the founders of Stoner Cats, all them. This is another derivative project that they're doing. So they're giving away their project for free. It's like it's a TV show. So again, it's like the Stoner Cats. You need the pass to watch the show.
Yeah.
And it's about it's 3 animated wrestlers that didn't make it or something. And I don't know. They're trying to make it as WWE wrestlers, something like that. So I don't know. I think it's cool. Whatever. It gives me South Park vibes.
Oh, mad.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so and it's free.
No, see, that whole thing just flows back into the discussion with music. Like, I love hearing NFTs being able to fund all these different projects that we can actually use in the real life as well, like consuming content. I reckon it's sick.
It's crazy. It's bloody crazy. And there's, I love, we'll use, let's just go Project FOMO. I feel like this is going to be the first project ever, in the space that's actually showing the proper use of utility. And they're going to blow things out of the water. I think that's why I think they're trying to get Dan involved. The guy that's running it, Jay, he's best mates with Dan. Yeah. So I think they're really going to try and get him to pump the utility and just show everything that's going on. But then also with Gimmicks, giving it away for free, I think by doing that, this is where the space should be.
Yeah.
Projects shouldn't be just getting a whole lump of money and doing nothing.
Yeah.
I think you've got to put in the work first and then reap the rewards.
Yeah,
so
definitely. And even going on with that, looking at Hollywood and movies and TV shows, I'm sick of seeing the same movies come out all the time or the same shows. I want original content. Whenever there's an original idea, it gets scrapped for ages. Squid Game was the most recent one where took the guy I think it was 10 years or something. 10
years
to get the show on through some kind of producer, and then it's one of the greatest shows from last year. You know what I mean? How many opportunities are there for all these original shows? That's why I like Netflix so much, because you get so much original content through there, and NFTs can fund these kind of projects.
Well, imagine 10 years ago, he was like, hey, I'm going to sell my concept as a movie NFT or a TV show NFT, where the people that invested in would be going to become the shareholders.
Yeah.
And if you invested because you believed in his vision and he actually built out Squid Game, you would have got all the royalties.
Yeah, well, look at
Squid
some
Game.
of the biggest movies. They get box offices of fucking, I don't know, 100 million, 200 million. The derivative of that would be huge.
Yeah.
According to how many they sell and, all that kind of stuff. So I'm all for it. That kind of stuff, I think I'd love to see the space push more in that direction, just to, create more opportunity for original thinking.
Bloody oath.
That's where the best movies are.
Bloody oath. What are your thoughts on anything? Have you seen this week or anything that you like?
I haven't really seen any recent projects that I've kind of, have captured my imagination or got me sort of hooked. But I'm really a big fan of Phantom Network. I've talked about it for the past 2-3 episodes.
I actually looked at it yesterday with you.
Yeah,
I hadn't looked at it.
I really think that what they're doing is super cool from what I've seen so far. They're telling a story, and it's got everyone on their toes. And I really hope I can mint one, because I just think the project's gonna be super cool, regardless of if I get into the mint or not.
Sorry, Loveless City. I was thinking about.
Loveless City as well is another one.
Phantom. What is Phantom? That's the one.
The anime one.
The one that they haven't actually released what they're doing, but they're kind of just hyping.
I think it's gonna be like a PFP project or something along those lines, and they're just really, the way they're telling the story and drip feeding all this information and just I don't know, really I'm like, it's got my imagination running wild, and I just think that's super cool. Like, I'm really happy, like, you know, that the project's blowing up as much as it is, and I'm hoping I can get into the mint. Regardless of what happens, I'm going to buy it straight away in the second-hand market, just because I'm that excited, and I think the art looks amazing. Loveless City, I think, is doing something super cool, super different. That one's already minted. It's, I think, 5x since the mint. I bought it at...
wow.
Yeah, so I think it's at 0.5 at the moment. And there's different tiers of passes, and I think I got the second worst one. And I'm just waiting, like, just to see what happens with the pass. They did a raffle today as well for the holders, so they're already rewarding people that own the pass in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I'm keen, like, to see what they do. I bought it at 0.4, so just holding for now. It's just a project that I like. I just think the art's super cool.
Oh, mad. Well, I think just a little bit of an update with the Collings universe. We went back to the drawing board, myself and Mikey, and I think we're probably going to delay it a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to push it out, and we're just going to delay it a little bit longer. I think we're going to aim for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably looking at a late April, early May, maybe even a little bit later, mid-May launch.
Yeah, I think it just depends on where we feel like we're at with everything. We want to execute correctly.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. Every project that I've seen that's rushed to meet a certain deadline, there's been some form of issue that's, just causing the project not to be what its true potential is. Look at Wolfgang with, the contract errors that happened.
They haven't really revived. Like, they're sitting at
an
one
ETH.
ETH.
Yeah. Like, it's still a very solid project, but
Yeah,
I think
bloody oath.
if that hiccup didn't happen, then the project would have been so much more than what it is.
Yeah.
So I think in this space, you want to make sure that you execute correctly, because you've only got one chance, as we always say. So to make sure that we do that properly, I think is extremely crucial.
Yeah, bloody oath. And I think we've just added on, a few more elements to everything. So it's coming. We're definitely coming, and we just want to nail it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much a wrap up for the day, or for the week. Really good conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Piccoli, as always, for providing a lot of value. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. As always, if you guys want to hit us up, ask us any questions or anything at all, you can always just feel free to DM us, and yeah, have a really good day.
See you guys. Good night.